Off top, we're going to talk about fear. Fear is a wicked spirit that is not from Yah. Let's go to Second Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For Yah has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and sound mind. You see? See, I told you that spirit is not from Yah. Fear is a wicked spirit. We have been given the spirit of power, power, power within the spirit, power to be able to overcome fear. Without this power of the spirit, we cannot overcome fear. Love. We're able to love one another. We're able to love our enemies. He tells us to love our enemies, those who do us wrong. He said, if your enemy is thirsty, to give him a drink. If your enemy is hungry, to give him something to eat. And sound mind. Sound mind means your mental is straight. It means wisdom. Sound mind means sound judgment. Sound wisdom means discernment. Fear is a wicked spirit. Let's get into this. All right, so now we're going to name some of the attributes of fear. Fear, out of this wicked spirit called fear, it has attributes. It has strongholds that destroy its enemies, which are us. Desperation. Fear brings desperation. When we are fearful, our hearts start pumping, and the adrenaline starts roaring, starts revving, and out of desperation, we do foolishness. Out of desperation, we do things that are in vain. We do things that are not pleasing, first of all, to Yah, and we do things that are not the right situation at the moment, not the right decisions. Your decision is hindered under fear. Fear also brings anxiety. Anxiety, when you feel as though you have nowhere to go, you're trapped, as though this fear has you choked. You know, just think of a little kid at night watching a scary movie with the parents, or when you sneak out and you watching the movie, the parents are watching zombie movies or something. It's dark, and the little kid sneaks out. That fear brings anxiety. Brings anxiety where you don't want to leave your house, where you don't want to be around people. That's fear. What type of fear will bring that anxiety? The fear of a pandemic, a fear of catching a life-threatening disease, the fear of losing your home, the fear of losing your finances, the fear of losing your job. These things bring anxiety. And fear is of the evil one. Because as Yah said, he doesn't give us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and sound mind. The next attribute is deception. You know that. You already know that. Fear deceives you. Why? When you're scared, you do things that you normally wouldn't do. When you're scared, any exit route sounds good to you, regardless of the reasoning, regardless of the display, regardless of the blueprints, the schematics of the exit plan. Out of fear, you totally abandon all plans and you just go off instinct. This brings death. This brings hurt. This brings disaster. This brings torment. Fear is torment. Fear is wicked. When you fear, you leave God. You leave Yah out of the picture. Now you're telling Yah, I no longer believe in you. When you're fearful, where's Yah? Why are you fearful if Yah is your redeemer and your savior and your all? If Yah is who you leave everything up to, why are you fearful? Why are you fearful? See what fear does? It hinders you from using wise judgment. And you overrule the words of Yah. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. When fear starts to pump and once it starts to work you over, and I'm speaking for myself, I'm not sitting here like, I'm about to fly away with wings. Nah. I'm a human being. I am part of mankind as well. So I'm speaking for myself. Fear drives you to the brink. It takes you to another dimension, let's say. Because all you think about is the harm of you and your loved ones, or harm of whoever you're around. Mainly yourself, depending on the person. Out of fear, your judgment becomes blurred. Out of fear, your vision becomes blurred. Out of fear, all plans are off. All plans are off. Everything is just tossed. Toss all plans. Let's go. You see, fear renders you blind. Because you can't see anymore. That's what Satan wants. When Satan has you blinded and he has you in the darkness and he has you walking around searching and scared in the dark, this takes you away from Yah. Yah is no longer part of your plans. He's no longer part of your camp. You no longer serve him. You serve fear. You serve Satan now because you fall right into his traps. And you make him bigger and bigger and bigger. He grows. He grows off of that fear. Just like Pac-Man. You know, when Pac-Man, when he eats the pellets, paka, 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 and once he hit the ghost, gets bigger and bigger. Fear. They feed off of fear. Paka, 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 paka. The more pellets they eat, the bigger they get. So how do we escape fear? How do we defeat fear? Let's go to Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. Be careful for nothing. In other versions of the Bible, it says, be anxious for nothing. But this is the KJV 1611. So we see, be careful for nothing. But in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Prayer. There it is. I mean, that's number one. He saved it for number one, right? Prayer. Go to Yah in prayer. You'll defeat that fear. You defeat that fear. You see, fear can't enter that realm. He can't enter the hedge that Yah has put over you when you're in prayer. That hedge, it's a fiery hedge. And there's no entering. They are now. You've turned. See what happens when you get in prayer? You shift the tables. Now they're in fear. They're fearful. They're fearful for you now because they see, whoa, hold up. I didn't know he get down like this. Hold up. Let's back up, guys. Back up. Retreat. Abort. They abort that mission. They wait for a opportune time because now you're in prayer. You're speaking to your Father. And when you're speaking to your Father, all bets are off with fear. He says, by prayer and supplication is the asking of your requests. If they're of Yah's will, he will grant them. If not, he won't. Let your requests be known unto Yah. Let him know plainly. Just tell him straight up. Tell him straight up. I'm not trying to tell you how to pray. Yah showed us how to pray before. I'm just giving you different pointers and tips on how I do it and how I go about it. And the peace of Yah, which pass all understanding, shall keep your hearts and mind through Yahushua HaMashiach. So you see, once you have a right knowledge and once you have a relationship with Yah, fear is out of the window for a season. For a season. You see, because Satan, he'll back up off of you for a little bit, but then he comes right back around. He always looks for that opportune time where he finds you slipping, where he finds you sleep. When he can catch you sleeping and catch you slipping and catch you lacking, he got you. He got you. He says, Satan is like a roaring lion, roaring about, seeking who he may devour. You know how the lions just roam around? They just catch the animals lacking. Whoever he see lacking, he's about to come in. He about to pull up. Once he catch them lacking, he about to pull up. Satan pulls up when you're lacking. Satan pulls up when you're in fear. Let's go to Yahshua, chapter 1, verse 9. Verse 9. Have not I commanded you? You see, that's a command. It's a command now. He's not asking you. He's not persuading you. He's not being courteous and offering this to you. It's not an offering. He's commanding you. A command is a general statement, a bold statement directed towards you that needs to be done pronto. Have not I commanded you to be strong? Did I command you to be strong? So what you talking about, you fearful? What you scared of? I told you to be strong. I commanded you to be strong. You want to be court-martialed? And of good courage. You can't come up in this army. You can't be part of my army. You're not strong and you're not courageous. I can't have no cowards over here manning my post. You crazy? He said, be strong and be of good courage. Be not afraid. Nah, none of that. None of that over here. Because see, when you bring that over here, you bring that fear to my camp, to the camp of Yah. When anyone in the camp of Yah comes with that fear, bring the whole camp down like dominoes. Come right down. Because that fear you bringing, you destroying the whole vibe. That spirit, you brought a wicked spirit among good spirits. So it's a lying and a deceiving spirit. You destroy the whole camp with that fearful, that cowardly action and cowardly deeds of being fearful of the enemy. Then Yahshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, pass through the host and command the people, saying, prepare your victuals, for within 3 days you shall pass over this Jordan to go and to possess the land which Elohim, Yah, give you to possess it. See that? Now, what if these men were cowardly? What if these men were cowardly and then followed the commands of Yahshua? What if they were cowardly and coward somewhere? They would have all been demolished. They would have all been destroyed. They all got slain through their fearful ways, through their cowardly ways. Now listen, I'm not sitting here talking about I'm this tough guy and I'm the toughest guy in the world and I'm not scared of anything, you know. What I'm saying to you is I do not fear what man can do to me. Because Yah is my fortress. He will strengthen my life. He's my refuge and my fortress. In him do I trust. So I don't fear because I know that he got me. I really put everything that I have into the hands of Yah. Because I know Yah will deliver me. Because he tells me, and I keep it in my heart all the time. He said he will never leave me nor forsake me. He said he will cover me with his feathers, and under his wings I shall trust. His truth is his shield and buckler. That's in Psalms 91. Y'all need to get Psalms 91 in your heart. You need to get Psalms 91 in your mind and in your spirit. Let's get back into some more of these scriptures, all right? Because the scriptures is what's going to redeem us from fear. The scriptures is what's going to renew us. It's what's going to renew us into being strong warriors and conquerors of fear. Let's go to Psalms 34, verse 4. I sought Yah, and he heard me, and he delivered me from all my fears. Let's go to 1 Peter, chapter 5, verses 6 and 7. 1 Peter, chapter 5, verses 6 and 7. Humble yourself, therefore, under the hands of Yah, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all upon him, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. Cast all your cares upon him. Put the weight of the world on him. Don't put it on yourself. You can't bear that. You can't bear none of what this world gives us. And this world is getting worse and worse and worse. Fear is going to corrupt, and fear is going to engulf your mind, your heart, and your soul. These upcoming days, weeks, and months, and years are treacherous. Open up your Bible. Start at Matthew 24 and move on. For those who don't really know the Bible like that, go to Revelations 1 through, actually just start from 1 all the way through. But go to Matthew 24, go to Matthew 25. Speak to Yah. He'll tell you where to go. But off top, these are some scriptures that I know. But speak to him. He'll guide you. I'm not the guide. He is. Casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. Cast it all. All right? Cast all your fear upon Yah. 1 John chapter 4, verse 18. Now, these scriptures right here, this is your ammo. These scriptures right here are the bullets to the AR. This is the bullets to the AK. This is the bullets to the chopper. These scriptures here, all these scriptures that y'all are seeing here, these are all ammo. So you're supposed to have a rack like that. What's the rack looking like with Rambo? These are the rack. So when we go into war, this is what we warring with. We warring with the scriptures of Yah. These scriptures right here is the only thing that can destroy the enemy. These are the only things that separate you from them in terms of winning and losing. These words here is the only element that divides you and the enemy in terms of victory and defeat. We will be victorious. They will lose. We are going to verse 18 of 1 John chapter 4. There is no fear in love. All right? So as a brother or a sister, you say you love me. You say you love my family. You said you love my folks. But you have fear. You're lying to me. Because Yah told me that there is no fear in love. So when you fear, that love you're speaking of is false. But perfect love. Listen, guys. Remember that ammo I was talking about? You want to shoot down fear? You want to cut down fear? You want to decapitate fear? But perfect love, cast out fear. Love cast out fear. Love is what casts out all fear, regardless, any fear, doesn't matter. Government fear, financial fear, uh, virtual reality fear, digital fear, right? Because we know that in the upcoming years, it's all digital, right? We know that folks are gonna be turning into transhumanism. It's gonna be turning into transhumans and cyborgs, and everything's gonna be transhuman, right? Everything is gonna be virtual reality. We know this, so that's something to fear, right? Because you don't understand. Fear is also the knowledge of what's not known, the knowledge of the unknown. The knowledge of the unknown is no knowledge at all because it's unknown. That's what fear is. You don't understand. You don't know what's coming. Yah is the only one that can give you the blueprint to the future. Let's go to Hebrews. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 13, verse 6. Go to Hebrews chapter 13, verse 6. So that we may boldly say, Yah is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Yah is my helper. I will not fear what man can do unto me. I will not. I will not. I will not fear what Biden and his cohorts will do unto me. I will not fear what the World Economic Forum and Carl Schwab and those creepy zombies and those creepy mummified demons will do unto me. Why? Because I fear him that can destroy the body and soul in hell than just him that can destroy the body. You could destroy my body. And I'm gonna let you know right now, as a man, if you looking in the face of death, of course you're scared. Looking in the eyeball of death, of course you're fearful. Of course you're fearful. But this is why these scriptures is a weapon for us. This is our defense mechanism. This is supposed to be a defense mechanism. This is why you need to eat up on your daily bread. Eat up, get full, get fat off of these words, because soon there will be no more, because the enemy will wipe all of the words off the internet. He'll get rid of all the words paperback. He's going to get rid of everything. Any remnant of Yah, they're going to get rid of it. Believe me. It says it in the word. He says that the words of Yah will be no more. He said that there's going to be a famine of the word, a famine of the word. Now, you want something to fear? That's something to fear. When the world is no more, has no more of Yah's word, no more of Yah's people, no more of the messages, no more of the rebukes, no more of the lessons, no more of the open rebukes. You'll wish that you got open rebuked when the word is gone. When we acknowledge deep within our hearts, mind, body, and souls that Yah has your life in his best interests, we know that we are his. Let's go to 1 John. We're going to jump back to 1 John again, chapter 5, verse 19. And we know that we are of Yah. We know that already. That's how you know that you're of Yah, when you don't fear man. When these demonic, wicked Zionists that are Israel imposters, that are Hebrew imposters, makes me sick to my stomach when I think of it. They're sitting in our land and they're using all of our precious resources and calling themselves Israel, calling themselves Hebrew, within the synagogue of Satan. And we know that we are of Yah, and the whole world lies in wickedness. You see that? The whole world. So outside of the people of Yah, the world is wicked. And therefore, when the time comes, when he comes and redeems his people, we will be with him on white horses. Y'all go and check Revelations 20, 21, 22. We'll be with him on white horses. and we will see the enemy perish before our eyes. Before our eyes, we will see all of those wicked demonic demons that are bringing all this horror and bringing all this terror and bringing all this fear and bringing all this anxiety and bringing all this torment to mankind in these days, in the last days, leading up to the time I'm speaking of now. We will see that this world is indeed wicked. That's why he says, and the whole world lies in wickedness. Let's go to Romans. I got so many scriptures here. Let's go to Romans chapter 8, verse 15. Romans chapter 8, verse 15. And so I hope my viewers, I hope you have your Bibles on hand. Lookout Post is not somewhere where you go to just have a good time and just go and laugh and joke and say, look at him, he's funny. No. I'm not a jester and I'm not a clown. This is all scriptural. This is all spirit. This is work right here. Doing the work of the Most High for you, to build you up in the spirit in the days to come. So we are in Romans chapter 8, verse 15. For you have not received the spirit of bondage, to be a slave, to be a servant, to be a servant again to fear. For you have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear. See, fear is not of Yah. That's what I keep telling you. Fear is not from Yah. He says, you have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear. He didn't give this to you. So wherever you got the spirit of bondage and the spirit of fear, that's from the wicked one. He didn't get that from Yah. But you have received the spirit of adoption. What do you do when you adopt? You pick up a child, or you pick up someone or something that wasn't yours previously, but now you make it yours. Now you sign for it, and now you give consent that yes, I want to take full responsibility of this person. Yah has signed the papers over to Satan. Or better yet, I'm sorry. Yah don't have to sign no papers to Satan. Yah told Satan to its face, this is my son. Keep your hands off of him. So the only way that Satan can destroy us is through fear, deception, and a corrupted mind. He said, but you have received the spirit of adoption, so we have been adopted by Yah. So now we are part of his heritage. We are part of the family of Yah, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. Abba, Abba. Abba in Hebrew is Father. Abba, Abba. Even the Arabs, even the Arabs, Islamics, they cry Abba, Abba. They cry Abba to Allah. Because remember, they're our brothers through Ishmael. Ishmael is Islam. Take off the H and the E is Islam. Ishmael is Islam. So they cry Abba, Abba. One day I was reading scriptures to Islamic. He was a Muslim, and I was letting them know about Yah and everything, and we was going back and forth without anything too crazy. And I said, yeah, Abba, Abba. He said, Abba, what you know about Abba? I said, yeah. I said, Abba's father. He said, yeah. He said, how you know? He said, you know, you speak Arabic, you speak Muslim. I said, no. I said, Abba is father in Hebrew. He put up his face, oh, Hebrew. yeah, Hebrew. In Romans, he says, we have received the spirit of bondage. Fear has you enslaved and fearful for the future and even for eternity. You see, we've been promised to be accommodated and in a secure inheritance. This is why we must cry, Abba, Father. When we go in prayer, Abba, Abba. You don't have to, but that's Father in Hebrew. Let's move down to verse 35. Actually, let's go to 31. 31 hits hard. hits real hard. So therefore, it when we go to 31, it shows why there should be no fear, none whatsoever. What should we then say to these things? If Yah be for us, who can be against us? Who can be against us? Can the World Economic Forum be against us? Can the EU be against us? Can NATO be against us? Can predominantly every single white person in the world be against us, the Hebrew? And for the Gentiles that are watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So don't remember, I'm not racist. Racist is racist is socialist. It's a socialist term. Because in the Bible, there's nations. We're nations. In verse 32, he says, he that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how should he not with him also freely give us all things? So if he freed his son, if he allowed his son to die on the tree, not the cross, the tree. The cross was the symbol, but that's not what he was on. It's just the symbolization, and the Catholics took it and ran with it. And so did all the other pagan ideologies and the pagan traditions. They ran with the cross, but he's on a tree. Check it out. He said, if he did this for his son, if he delivered up his son, how shall he not deliver us and give us all things? If we follow him and we walk in his ways, we're gonna experience the same persecution. We're gonna experience the same things that he went through. He did not fear. Can you imagine all the things that went on in his days? They hated him. They threw rocks at him. They every turn they wanted to destroy him. They couldn't stand him. They plotted against him. They had different divisions. There was different divisions that had different plots and plans against him. He had about 6 or 7 plots on his life, hits on his life, and he just walked amongst them, and he didn't care. He didn't care. He continued to profess what his father wanted him to do. He said, I must do my father's business. He said, let your will be done, not mine. When he was going through, he said, let it pass from me. He said, but let your will be done, not mine. He said, I give myself to you. We must give ourselves to him. When we give our mind, our hearts, and our whole soul, our whole being to Yah, fear has nothing on you. Fear is not part of your vocabulary. And I mean this. Get in tune with Yah. Get in tune with his word. Get in tuned in prayer. With prayer and supplication, let your requests be made unto him. And the truth and his wisdom, which surpass all understanding, will guide your minds and hearts and Yahushua HaMashiach. So instead of speaking on fear, the title of this message was Let's Speak on Fear. Let's speak about fear. Let's speak on fear. But towards the end, I'm going to change it. It's called Let's Speak on Hope. Hope. Hold on and pray earnestly. I have a song. If you go to YouTube, I have a song called Hope, H-O-P-E, in acronyms. Hold on and pray earnestly. Check that song out. Talks about destroying fear and living in a way in which you can overcome deception and lies. That's what really brings fears and deception and lies, which brings anxiety, which hinders everything, which blows everything up. I'm going to finish off. I'm going to finish off this with hope. As I said, let's talk about hope. Let's speak on hope. Let's go to, while we're in Romans 8, we're going to stay within Romans 8, and we're going to move on to verse 24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For we're saved by hope, right? We're saved by hope, but hope that is seen. But the hope that is seen, so if you see your resolution, if you see the outcome, if you see the resolve to all your problems, to all your fear, to all your anxiety, to everything that's going on in your life, if you see it, If you see it a mile away and you see it coming to you, or if it's an arm length, he said, it is not hope. You say, what? Yeah. He said, if you can see it, it's not hope. Why? Because for what a man sees, why does he yet hope for it? So if it's in front of you and you can see it, what you hoping for? If you know it's there and you know you're going to get it and you know it's within an arm's length, what you hoping for? It's there. It's going to be there shortly, right? You're about to get it in momentarily. That's not true hope. It's not hope. But if we hope for that which we see not, but if we hope for that we see not, so if we hope for the things that we don't see it, but we hope that we will have it. We don't see salvation, we hope for it. We don't see to live eternally with Yah, but we hope for it. We don't see that we will be prosperous and that our family will grow to have children and children's children, but we hope for it. But if we hope for that which we see not, then we, with patience, we wait for it. The things that we hope for, we wait. We wait. With faith, you hope. Through your faith and through your belief, your belief system and your trust and your dependence on Yah, we hope. Hold on and pray earnestly. We hope that it shall come to pass. And 10 out of 10 times, it shall. He has not let me down once, not even once. Not even once. I dare speak of any time he let me down. And I mean this cold-heartedly. Wholeheartedly. So that's the message, y'all. Let not fear conquer you. He said that we are more than conquerors. We are more than conquerors. He said that we shall overcome if we continue in him. Without him, we shall perish. So let's continue to walk in faith. Let's continue to stretch the hands for those who need it. And let's not put aside stretching the hand out for the Gentile as well. Because remember, that's what Paul was sent for. He was sent to teach the Gentiles. It was mainly to make the Hebrew jealous because of our idolatry. Our idolatry. It was to make us jealous. So he sent to teach the Gentiles. But now that the Gentiles can enter in, they can enter in. They have now been engrafted in the vine through trusting on the Most High, trusting on his Son. So let's not sit here and put hate before love. Because remember, in the scriptures earlier, love conquers hate. Love conquers hate and it conquers fear. Love casts out all fear. Yah bless you and your families. Benevolent. Out.